Why did we get on that rant?
Well, we're talking about
We was talking about the toxicity thing.
well, we're talking about what our aspirations are, and then we got onto Royal, and then we got onto um. By the way, we've muted this entire time.
Right on.
Right on. Well, anyways, if anyone's just joining right now, we're talking about our aspirations for YouTube, and I was talking about a member I used to have back in the day. I've been streaming for 7 years, and it was within year 2 that this person came in, and they are from another country, and their another country is not tolerant of not I wouldn't say tolerant. They're basically bigots, and I had to learn it, but this person spended money on my stream, and as a new streamer, spended money. Oh, I know that's not spent. Yeah, spent
I like
money. Spended money on my stream, and it was a hard thing as a new streamer to make that person stop spending money on my stream, to ban him, because he was causing other people to not come to my stream. That I think that I would have had more blow up in the beginning, not blow up as in like thousands, but like maybe 30 more, maybe even 100 more. Just from me not. I should have made a more mature decision than I made before when I did, and it's just part of maturing as a streamer. No, I got the whole thing over here. But yeah, he is permanently banned now. After year 2, I banned him, and it's part of maturing as a streamer. You gotta be able to realize if somebody is causing other people to leave by the masses, it's time for them to go. It's a hard call, and a lot of streamers, they are not ever in a management position before that moment, and so it's hard to make that decision with the right mindset before they actually have to make that decision. And then when they do have to make that decision, they have to decide, like, hey, do I want immediate money, or do I want the future of my stream? And it's not clear when it's in front of you. And so that's what we were talking about before. I'm sorry that we were muted this whole time, but that's catch up.
I think there's also a like.
Did you say fentanyl?
A factor.
Oh.
Something that I had said earlier was that I don't necessarily want the toxicity in my streams either. Like, I'm not fishing for that. I'm not being something I'm not. I'm not a rager guy on the stream. Like, right. I'll say fuck and get aggravated sometimes, but I'm not the guy. Like, you're not gonna pull up Sweet Daddy on TikTok and see me fucking flipping tables, right?
Yeah.
It's just not. It's not my go-to, at least now. Hey, I don't know what life has in store for me. I might get mad at games like that at some point, but that's not me generally. So I'm not gonna put an act on to do that just because some people like to see that stuff. So I don't necessarily want the toxicity, but some of those people is not saying that I wouldn't ban them also, but I'm also just like a little bit more. I have less filter. Like, I'm not trying to weed out a certain demographic.
Hey, Mark, nice to welcome you back. Yes, we were muted, and thank you for catching that. And you're the reason why I caught that.
But I don't have as much filter. Like, I'm not trying to weed out a certain demographic of folk at this stage, at least. When we get a little bit bigger into things, I don't have a problem. Like you can't be in here and do that. But for now, I'm I feel like I want to be a little bit more open and acceptant and inclusive of who's playing, who's talking, who's around, unless it's a problem. Like if it's a bad problem, then they can't hang out. But my version of it being a problem is different than other people's versions. Sometimes people get upset about things that aren't a fucking big deal to me, but that's also my opinion, and my opinion is different than other people's. So
I would like to talk about my theory on how to make money as a content creator.
okay.
So, as a content creator, I feel like Twitch is a great starting point. And Twitch is the place where you learn what equipment, hardware you need, what software you need, all of the channels of shorts that you need. So like YouTube Shorts, TikTok Shorts, Facebook Shorts, like all that jazz.
Yeah.
All the different profiles you need. So Instagram, Facebook, all the different like media areas that like all the outreach, all the profiles that you need. You need to create profiles on things, and you need to automate them and spread your username. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People don't like to use the word username. I've learned that like professionals don't like to use the actual term username, but it is a username. Like SWEETFLEX is a username. SWEETFLEX is a username. Like
right.
Markiplier is a username, but like they don't apparently their managers have told them not to use that. It is a username, so fuck it. Yeah. And Twitch is a great place to learn. And the fifth and most important thing, people. Like how to what target audience do you want? Do you want to go to 8-year-olds and 4 to 12? Do you want to apply to teens? Do you want to apply to teens plus to like 25? Do you want to apply to 25 to 49? Like we're trying to. Like you said, we're not trying to like act out. You know what I mean? And I feel like acting out is more towards like the kid area.
Yeah, I mean, if I wanted to be something I'm not, I could literally grab my 2-year-old, put her on stream because she's cute as fuck when she's trying to talk to herself, and probably be more successful than what I'm doing right now. And that would be just her sitting in my lap and her jabbering away.
It might be something you want to do.
I might dabble in it
little
bit.
You should.
I'm not gonna center it around. I'm not gonna center my.
You know,
whole stream
YouTube
around
pays
it.
per view.
I know. I'm just saying.
Per view.
I'm just saying I'm not gonna center my stream around it because it's not something that it's not what I'm wanting to do. Like, would it be more? Would it work? I think so, probably, because it's cute. Everybody loves watching a baby be cute and stuff. Not everybody likes to listen to Sweet Daddy Jay ask how big everybody's pee hole is. Some people find it funny, but some people might not. Almost everybody is going to enjoy watching a baby blow kisses at themselves on a screen.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. I enjoy it. I enjoy it more because I'm over here.
Yeah.
I'm over here like loving your child, but
just watching her, like even when she was just dicking around up here earlier, like.
And by the way, during the Monopoly game, when she was crying, I was just ready to pause. It was no problem. I just want to make sure you know that.
I didn't enjoy it.
I was just ready to pause, and that's it.
Okay. I
Like
was trying to keep her from doing it, but also it's also still.
I love all of this, but fuck this compared to your child. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Okay.
Not to shit on the viewers or anything like that, but
Not
also
yeah.
I'm still a human being and I still have a family and I still have a kid.
They know how much they
Yeah,
know how much I obsess over this.
yeah,
Like, and I'm saying fuck that compared to
yeah.
yeah.
But I do try like for it to not be intrusive, but also some of that's not me trying to just save the stream. Some of that is me,
You got a
trying to be
parent.
a father figure.
Yeah.
Like, and
Yeah.
she's just now getting to that age where she can start to understand stuff more. So
Are you okay with talking with everything?
yeah, I don't care.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
But she's just not getting to the point where she's starting to kind of understand some stuff more. So like I have to like we're in a stage where everything is no for her, and she gets super upset, probably because she's got
You know
something. It's just not currently it's not diagnosed, but
my
she
sister is a child psychiatrist
yeah.
for special needs.
And when we get to that stage, we will cross that bridge. At this point,
Well, you have that for free, probably.
there's the doctors are not considering it like they're saying that everything is normal right now. Everything is just it's normal but delayed, and they think
It
that
couldn't hurt though.
the tubes supposedly will help a little bit, and
What
then
tube?
she had to have tubes put in her ears.
What does that do?
Allows fluid to drain off of them.
Oh,
So that's some of what is I think some of what is why her speech development is a little bit delayed. Is because when fluids built up on your ears, you can't hear the same. Like
you think
everything's muffled.
so? You think she's more partially deaf?
I don't think it's a huge yes and no. I think she has lived
Well,
a portion of her life not being able to hear very well because of the fluid. And then now that she's got the tubes put in, and the fluids can drain out, and everything's not backed up and muffled anymore. We've noticed a drastic because it's only been a month since like literally 4 weeks ago is when she got them put in. We've noticed a drastic increase in her like audible, like just mouthing stuff. Like she doesn't say all the words right, but she makes the noise. Whereas
so she
before
might be like a little late
I
on
think
the
she's late.
up
I
and
think
up,
she's late.
but that's fine.
Yeah, she's late. She was born like super preemie, so that kind of set her back from the start. Like that's a common thing with babies that are born premature, is that they not all of them, but a good chunk of them they develop slower on a lot of stuff.
Okay.
So she was born premature. Then on top of that, like she was
So
having
you guys just have to talk more around her.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I said, it's like Felicity. I wish that she was here for you to be able to witness it, but that kid loves Felicity in a fucking wild way, dude. Like she will literally copy her everything she does. It's like it's your typical
Felicity's smart.
yeah. Felicity's super smart. But the baby will copy everything Felicity does. Like and try her best, like to say like Felicity will say something and then she'll say the same thing. It's like it's your classic younger sibling, older sibling kind of setting, but it's like you can see it at and like Cambridge 2. You can see it at that level where Felicity will hop like sit on the ground and hop like a frog. I've never seen Camry hop like a frog before in my life.
Yeah.
Ever. The baby, right? Never seen her hop like a frog.
Yeah.
And then Felicity will get down and hop like a frog, and shit you not, just like that, the baby's hopping like a frog. Like it's funny to me to see, and also it makes me especially here recently after the tubes got put in, like that's another like development thing. Like, oh, is she copying you? No. Is she supposed to? Yeah, she should have started that 3 months ago. And then to finally get to see that happening now, makes me, a little less worried that my kid is going to be super super behind. She might be a little bit behind. It's fine. If she's super behind, it's fine. But it's just
I feel like she'll
it's a
catch
piece of
up.
mind. She'll catch up. I think she will. The dude, I've got a 15-minute recording.
But if she doesn't, she has
Yeah.
artistic.
Super artistic, yeah. But no, I've got a 15-minute recording of her when
She
I
can be a
was sitting at my desk over there.
Hey,
Like
listen,
3 nights ago.
diamond in the rough sometimes. You know?
Yeah, but like I think she's gonna be super capable. Like I said, because I've got a recording, and SpongeBob was on the TV. The SpongeBob movie was playing on the TV.
Yeah.
And she was just sitting over here. I was working on something on the other screen. I had OBS pulled up with just the camera on this screen for her, and that was when I had the camera like in my normal setup. Camera's like right here, so it's close to her. So the screen is just me and her sitting there. And SpongeBob's playing in the background, and she's talking to herself on the TV or on the monitor. But then she starts mimicking everything that SpongeBob's doing in the movie or the voiceovers, to the point that when they drop, you've seen the movie, right?
Yeah.
You know when they drop down the fucking
Wait,
like
which
ravine?
are you talking about? Goofy Goober?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that one. So when they go, there's a part in the movie where they
I've
drop
seen
down.
the new one where it's all like animated.
No,
shit.
I'm talking about the Goofy Goober one. There's a scene where they drop down this ravine, and they scream, ah,
Yeah.
kind of thing. She, sitting in my lap, not even looking at the TV, is when they talk, she's talking, like, and she's not saying the right words, but she's making the sounds for it.
Yeah.
And then what I find, what stuck out to me was that she never once looked at the TV to see them falling, but she kept her eyes this direction. TV's going over here, and then she started the ha as they started it when they were falling. So she, like, it's almost like she's memorized the movie. So I think there's something there.
Biggest thing is that later when they're like in their 20s, never expect more from one than the other.
Oh, you gotta. They're different. They're different kids. I learned that as. I learned that from just my own upbringing. My parents tried to apply the same rules to my sister that they applied to me, and it just doesn't work. Not saying that my sister's not capable in certain areas, but she's not able to do the same things that I'm better at music than she ever
One of the biggest
was or
things
will
that
be.
one of the biggest things that makes a child feel like a piece of shit is if the parents expect more
the same or more. Yeah,
more from one, and they're like, "Oh, you can't do that. That's fine, but we're gonna expect more from that one." That's a defining factor.
I would argue the opposite almost, that to expect them to live up to the same.
You can do it quietly, but
it quietly is, but
like, hey, we're proud of you. Hey, it's okay if you get these. Don't worry about it. Like,
not every kid is okay to do. Like, I would argue that to hold one kid to the same expectations that you held another kid to is a little bit detrimental, because they live their entire life. I'm specifically talking about my younger sister. she lives her entire life in my shadow. That she might not, some of those areas, she might not be able to hit. Like, and she's not built for it. She's just not gonna. Like, not everybody's made to be the president, right?
Right.
Not everybody's made to be an astronaut. Like, as a kid, oh, I'm going to be an astronaut when I grow up. Well, you're kind of too stupid to be an astronaut. You're not ever going to be an astronaut.
All I'm
Just being
advocating
realistic.
all I'm advocating for is same treatment. You know what I mean?
I think you should
Not-
raise your kids the
not
same,
like-
but don't expect the same from them.
But if one person is smarter, if you pressurize them more, the other one will feel it. That they're not being pressurized as much, and they'll feel like, why are you not, expecting all this greatness out of me? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can see that. I got to witness firsthand my sister not be able to fill my shoes, and I've seen what it did to her.
Yeah.
So, personally, I told myself that, now that I have 2 children of my own, and I know that one of them is super smart.
That's pressurizing too much, I think. In my opinion. Like from the get-go. I think a blatant, like, easy level of pressurizing across the board.
Yeah.
Like, hey, everyone get B's and A's, you're good. You got an A minus, you're grounded. Yeah, maybe a little too much.
But that's not plugged in anymore. It's over there. But for like I don't know, man.
Just making them feel like they're on equal standing. Because everyone has different strength, and parents can't always see the strength of their child. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you may not be able to see the strength of Felicity. She may be really smart in science, history, math, all that jazz, and then she may be an artist. She may be a famous artist one day, and you never expected it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then Camry, she may be a scientist one day.
But I can't. For me, I want to do things a little bit differently than my parents, right? I think that they've done a good enough job. They're not bad parents.
Yeah.
There's some things that they done that I planned from a very young age.
I respect the hell out of your parents.
Yeah. They're not bad parents. There are some things that I want to do differently, and one of those things are not holding both kids to the same, like, the same. I don't want to say standard, because I will push both of these kids, right? I have no, like, they're my kids. I'm gonna push them, and I'm gonna push them to their fullest potential, because they're not gonna do it. It's my job to push them. But I'm not going to hold them to the same caliber of expectation. Like, because one of them might be good at math, right? The other one might fucking suck at math, dude. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
We don't know.
Not saying caliber.
Yeah.
I was talking about.
But I am going to pressure both of them.
Whatever their potential is in.
I will push that.
Yeah.
But I will not.
Because one might have a very specific potential.
Right. I will not do what my parents did and make one kid try to hit the same benchmarks that the other kid hit.
I'm gonna tell you something. I don't think I've
fair.
ever told you this. My dad tried to get a team of 5 lawyers out of our kids, out of his sons and daughter.
Yeah. He
tried, like, I'm one of 5, and he tried to get 5 lawyers out of all of us. And he's like, law, history. I'm like, we don't work like that, dude. Like, no. I'm a science art dude. Like, I am science and art mixed. That's who I am. And Kayla went to law school. She dropped out.
Doesn't fucking like it, dude.
She's
not her thing.
She was the firstborn, and so
it was her expectation.
She went to law school.
Right.
She did not do it.
Yeah.
And, like, he didn't get any lawyers. The second that he loves Franz. He loves France. But for those of you that don't know, my sister is married to a lawyer. They met in law school, and he feels like he's the son he never had.
Yeah.
Because he's a lawyer.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, come on, man. It's not it your kingdom isn't realistic. And that's the only thing I was saying is like the whole kingdom thing.
Well, I don't have a fix on that, and I know that is that's a kind of an old school way of thinking. Like,
Yeah.
I started this business. This is the family business. You're gonna take over. What if I don't fucking want to?
Yeah.
Right. And
right.
so used to,
Yeah.
used to
Legacy.
Yeah. Used to the whole legacy thing was like that was what you did, right? If your dad started a business, you were gonna take over that business. But now I don't have that mindset, and I don't want to be a parent that forces that on my kids in any way, shape, or form. Like I want my kids to be happy. That's probably the biggest thing for me. And if my kid wants to do the same work I do, and that's what makes them happy, then fine. If they don't, and they want to show their assholes on the internet,
I would have a problem with that.
and make 4 times as much money as I will ever make.
I'm sorry, I would have a problem with that.
Oh, I'm gonna have a problem with it, but yeah. It's their choice. They're an adult at that point, dude. I'm not gonna be. Am I gonna get them a little bit less for Christmas? Probably.
There's multiple reasons why I probably never have kids. One, I'm bipolar, and I don't think that morally I should have kids.
Yeah. That's
2,
your choice, but
80% on valproic acid, I'm good. At 20 to maybe even 1%. I can't do that to, somebody that I love more than, her.
The kids is wild, dude.
You know what I
you
mean?
have a kid, and it changes what you think love is. Like
right. I can only imagine right now. I can't actually feel that right now, but I can only imagine. And if I love that child more than I love her,
and you would,
and I went crazy, which I do sometimes, that's not okay. And yeah. I know how my dad was with me, and he fucked us all up. And so morally, I don't think I should have kids.
I would like to bunny trail, since we're on a just chatting thing. This is literally a range of topics. We're on the category of
just chatting.
Yeah, a range of topics. I want to touch on that, dude. The fact that you can love somebody and you can love them hard, right? I'm not gonna discredit that part. You can love an individual that you're in a relationship with or whatever a metric fuck ton. The day that I had a kid, my first one, I realized I don't love that person. I love this. I love this kid. This is what actual unconditional love is. I thought I knew unconditional love. Like I didn't care if this person messed up. I didn't care if this person, made me mad sometimes. I didn't care. I still loved them. And then I had this kid, and I was like, that kid could grow up and, behead somebody. Like, just chop their heads off. And I would still love this thing. Like, it was a weird shift.
It makes Dexter's dad feel a lot more like realistic.
It's weird, and I don't know if that's a biological thing, or
it's definitely biological.
Has to be, right?
It has to be.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
But it was a weird shift that I felt inside my body when it happened. I was like, "Fuck, I don't love anything anymore." Which was that was overkill. And
you've only had daughters,
right?
And imagine if you had a son.
I don't know. The daughters, I think. I love the daughter. I love
Daughters
the
you would
girls.
kill for.
I love the daughters harder, I think, than I would a son. Like a son, you like.
A son you would die for. A daughter you would kill for.
That's a very good way to put it. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fucking awesome. I actually like that because I shit you not, dude. I will go to prison and not lose sleep about certain stuff.
I bet you, like there's thousands, hundreds of thousands of fathers in jail right now for their daughters.
I know that, like, you make a decision and then you end up going to prison over it. At that point, your kid is not growing up with their dad anymore. That part is not good, and
But the reason why you went there is because they're alive.
It depends. It depends on what the reason is.
You'd probably kill for a daughter if their life was in danger, and the reason why you're in prison is because you saved her life.
If there is a justifiable reason, then because I agree with, like, as a parent, don't make a decision that's going to put you in jail so that you can still be present for your kids. Other situations, go to jail, because I would rather my kid not have to look over her shoulder for the rest of her life. To talk about a very specific act that could happen to a young woman. If something like that happens to my kids, I would rather her not see me for a little bit because I went to prison than her have to look over her shoulder looking for a specific individual. I would rather her have the peace of mind and know that, like, yep, dad's in jail now, but I don't have to watch out for this guy anymore. But I'm going to prison at that point for sure. So, but that's the mindset. This is all hypothetical, obviously, but that's the mindset that when you have a kid, it's like it shifts everything. It shifts your priorities.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if I ever had a kid, I'd never drink again, ever.
Oh, you would? They'll make you drink.
No, not me. I would be scared too. I would literally be scared for them too. You know what I mean?
That's what you're saying, yeah.
If I ever had a kid, I would never drink again. I would drink kratom all day. Every day.
I quit.
I already drank kratom.
I quit smoking a lot.
But I never drink alcohol ever again.
I quit, and I'm different than a lot of people in this area, but I quit smoking when I had my kids because for me, a lot of people can smoke and still operate, right? Like they can.
By the way, for those of you watching this in the future, because I know the people that are watching now are the viewers that know me, but I'm bipolar, so alcohol turns me into a crazy person. So yeah. That's a little context.
A lot of people can smoke and still function. Like it actually, like it chills them out. Like they can still handle their business.
Wish, dude.
For me, I can't.
I wish. Dude, weed for me, it spikes my anxiety. I wish, dude.
For me, it's similar. Like I get super. I think I get.
No, you didn't used to.
I know I didn't used to
smoke weed. Like,
I know
you were a stoner.
I know. I was the definition of a fucking stoner.
You.
But then I stopped for I stopped for like 6 months one time, and then when I came back to it, I was never the same. And that's why I do not like smoking with my kids or with my kids around. Because I can drink all day long and, still function and be present and talk to them and hold a conversation. I can't when I smoke anymore. Like it puts my dick in the dirt so hard that I'm just not there. And I don't like the absent-mindedness. around my kids like that. So that's the biggest reason why I don't smoke anymore. Well, that and the fact that it gives me super anxiety now. So
I want to actually start smoking weed again, so that I can I know there's going to be about a month of suck. I know that.
you'll break, but if you do
But
it, if you
if
do
I
it
do enough,
consistently enough, yeah,
yeah, I'm curious. It is at an experimental level where I want to know, like, if I build up my tolerance, like, will it actually help me, like, in that way. I do want to try that out, but I also don't want to fuck up my business.
yeah. The if you were at the point that you could smoke a joint, or take a hit or two off a pen or something like that,
Just on the weekends,
like
Fridays.
if you were at a point that you could do that
I also
and
don't
it
want to
mellow
fuck up
things
streaming
out.
either because it'll unmotivate me. I know
Yeah.
that.
That was actually a big one for me as well. Is that
I don't want to be demotivated.
dude? You want to know the crazy thing about not drinking as much?
Part of the perks of being bipolar is I'm motivated as fuck.
Yeah, lean into that, man. You want to know one of the crazy things about not drinking as much? Which obviously this is not a great example because we're drinking as fuck tonight, but about not drinking as regularly as I used to. You know how much I drunk.
Drinking as
Drank.
fuck means that you drink every day.
Yeah, you know how much
And
I
that
used
it
to
gets in the
drink.
way of job and family
Well, I never let it get in the way of my
and friends.
job. I never let it get in the way of the job. Really, I don't. I didn't wake up in the morning. I think that I was
I did.
textbook alcoholic, but I was high functioning alcoholic. I didn't wake up in the morning and take shots before. I didn't show up. I never showed up at work drunk. I might have showed up hung the fuck over, but never showed up drunk. I didn't drink in the morning before I went to work. I didn't drink on my lunch breaks, kind of thing, or anything like that. So I never let it get in the way of the job or anything. But
So there's a difference between alcoholic and raging alcoholic.
well, I was
Raging
just regular
alcoholic.
alcoholic.
You
Then.
just described a raging alcoholic. An alcoholic is you drank and was hungover, expecting to work the next day, and you drink regularly every day.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know I was an alcoholic.
Yeah.
But what you want to know? What is crazy about stopping?
By the way, not
drinking?
judging him. I was also an alcoholic.
No, no. Maybe this will help somebody. But what's crazy about what I'm getting at is that when I stopped drinking, my mind cleared up.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Head out of water.
Literally.
That's what it feels like.
I got so much better at my job in the past. Well, I've not been drinking every day for like about 3 or 4 months now.
No, I know.
Dude, I am fucking killing it.
I know. I know what the fuck you're talking about.
I'm sharp. It feels sharp, which was very similar to when I stopped smoking. When I was smoking every day,
I told you this.
I felt foggy.
I told you this phenomenon, dude.
I know.
About 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
Yeah.
When I moved to Colorado and I stopped drinking.
And I'm telling you, I have.
It feels like your head surfaces out of water.
I have
And
firsthand
you're fucking
experience.
breathing oxygen again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But my mind, the way that my mind works it was very. It's like, for me, when I smoked a bunch, and then I stopped smoking, I went from being like real foggy.
Your
in the head.
hormones are finally.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
But I went from being real foggy to like, oh, this is what it's like to not smoke every day. I'm back to being smart again. Same concept with the drinking part. Like I drank for years.
I'm gonna tell you for the rest of your life, every time you drink heavy, I'm gonna tell you you're gonna feel it. After this, after like I leave and you don't drink, it's a reminder every single time that like it's that now that you're healthy, you get reminded after you drink every time. Like
The fact that I get hangovers now, that's how you know I don't drink that much anymore. The fact that I wake up with hangovers when I used to not. Like I'd be a little tired, but I would not have a headache.
But also the like hormonal like imbalance. Like you just get reminded of like, oh yeah, that's how I used to feel. And so I should not continue this.
I would say that something I'm still currently having a problem with, like I don't have the desire to drink. Um, obviously I'll drink and hang out, anytime. But I don't have like this. I don't have this strong urge or anything like that. What I do find myself still having a problem with, and this might be something I need to go talk to somebody about. Like maybe I need to go get medicated for what I'm about to say. Is that I'm not happy. When I have 3 beers, I'm fucking happy. Like my mind, like something in my mind triggers, and I'm like, I'm in a better mood. And 3 beers doesn't get me drunk. 3 beers doesn't get me buzzed. But
How long have you been sober though?
well, so I was sober even when I was an alcoholic. I just drank all the time.
No.
How long have I been not doing
Yes.
alcohol on a fucking daily basis?
Yes.
Probably 4 months. No.
Yeah. Give it like a year.
I thought it would take less time.
How often are you drinking after the fact?
I'll drink like every other weekend maybe. And that's a loose maybe. Sometimes I've gone 3 weeks without any alcohol at all.
Don't drink for like 2 months.
Like any alcohol.
Any alcohol, yeah. If that's a hard thing, then
at this stage that would not be hard for me to do.
okay, experiment with that. And
prior, longer than 4 months ago, that would have been fucking tough. At this point, I literally can go 2-3 weeks without even wanting to drink.
Like you know by now that alcohol affects your hormones, right? So if you're worried about your like dopamine, serotonin, all that on like a scientific level, experiment.
That's what I'm getting at. It's a scientific. It's in my head. It's an in my head thing.
So you're getting there. Good.
Yeah.
Very good. Then that is the approach you need to take.
So try no drinking at all for 2 months and see if that shit figures itself out.
You need to heal. You haven't healed yet.
Okay.
Because alcohol fucks your hormones. It does. And if you're continuing it like it's not relapsing, but like if you're supplementing every 2 weeks, you're like giving it back, and you're like saying, all right, now it's not every day, but like you can have it.
But also, I will point out that like I say like every other weekend, but that doesn't mean I'm binge drinking every other weekend like I'm doing this weekend. That means that like I'll go 2 weeks and I might have 2 beers.
But the thing is, if you go to a psychiatrist and you're like, "Hey, I'm depressed," and these are the symptoms, but it's the alcohol causing these symptoms, and then you get on medication. Do you see where this leads? It's the alcohol causing the symptoms, but you're medicating it, and instead you could just stop it for a minute and see if you still have the symptoms. But if you do still have the symptoms afterwards, then you need the medication. If you don't,
let me say that my concern is that I don't think I'll try it. I don't think it's the alcohol. I think it might actually just be like a chronically. Like,
you may have chronic depression, but
because I make a lot of like I see all the psychologists like these are the flags. Like I make jokes a lot.
No, alcoholism does and people that quit alcohol they have chronic depression afterwards, and it's because they're permanently damaged.
And that's what I'm worried about is that I've fucked myself. And
you can't know until you fully get off of alcohol.
Yeah, you got. I agree. It literally science experiment 101. Yeah, like establish a base point.
Yeah.
So like I said, I don't mind trying it, but my opinion of myself is that I'll do it, and I'm still gonna have the same problem without it.
Okay. And even if you do, like I said, I mean, I'm bipolar, and if you get the right medication, you're back to normal.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Thing is
It's,
that I
it,
can.
it's not a
I
big
don't
deal.
think it's so bad. It's not so bad that I'm. It's like debilitating, but
Well, no.
I can go through a lot of. I can go through a lot of life very numb,
Like I said, um,
and I feel like that's a little dangerous. But
if you go and you just refuse medication, like I said before, before I got medication, I felt like it was admitting defeat. Do you get what that means now?
yeah, yeah, I don't feel that way.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about that. That with me, I don't. I don't feel that way. I don't. I don't have that.
I would do the no alcohol for 2 months
Try
experiment.
that first.
And then if it's not that, then get on antidepressants. Because antidepressants for a bipolar person, for me, means instant manic episode. I cannot take them. If I take one, instantly in 2 hours, boom, I'm going crazy. For you, totally fine.
My thing is that I've lived so much of my life like this. Like maybe this is just type. Maybe this is just how I am.
And I mean, you don't know until you speak to a psychiatrist.
That is 100%
So
true. Yeah.
you can't trust your own assumptions because
Yeah.
you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Right. That's fair.
Yeah.
Just like I grew up, like like we was talking about some family stuff earlier. I grew up in a setting where it was, it was get over it, figure it out, get over it.
Yeah.
So in my mind, right? Yeah, I'm not that happy on a lot of stuff, and I have no reason to be super unhappy. Like I love my wife. I love my kids.
You have average American
Regular
dad problems.
regular dad problems, right? Like normal,
Yeah.
like bills suck, but
Alimony, like
yeah,
just you got like average like American dad
right.
problems.
So is
Yeah.
this just how life is meant to be lived?
It depends on how you treat it.
Like is it like and so
Tyler, do you
so
want, Tyler,
as
do you,
I've been raised,
I'm gonna
is this am I just supposed to suck this up and get over
do
it
you want
and
me to
live
tell
life?
you how I would treat your problems?
Stop drinking alcohol.
No. 100% custody of your kids. Fuck the other person. Total control. And do everything that's for you.
Yeah, I've started some of that. Not obviously not the kid part, but
That's how I would.
I quit.
That's how I would
I
start.
quit shouldering everybody else's problems.
If it doesn't have to do with you in your future.
Yeah, I sent the this, and we don't have to dive off into that, but that you remember the text that I sent, and I told you I was like, yeah, some of that was a bunny trail of me just like unloading some stuff, and the tail end of it, I said nobody gives a fuck, so I'm gonna quit giving a fuck. Do you remember that specific text? It had a few days ago. Earlier, it was earlier last week. At the end of the text, I was basically saying that nobody gives a fuck. That I have people that will unload their shit on my doorstep because they know that I'll be there for them. But sometimes
I remember the general gist of this sentiment. I don't remember the text, but I know you feel this way.
Yeah, and so that like I've gotten to a point that I got tired of shouldering everybody else's problems, and I got tired of being that friend. I got tired of being that individual.
And you need to fucking move.
And so, but it's also
it's not on you.
But I do it to myself. It's
I know.
my fault.
It's not on you.
I know. I know. I know.
Tyler, move to Colorado. Let's be buddies. Let's go and make some money. Let's go take care of each other's families.
I recognize that I did it to myself. Like nobody forced me to be this kind of person.
You do, individual. Yeah, I know. You take on the responsibility, and it's your hands grabbing it.
Right, and so
the thing is,
I had to
once you take on the responsibility, you can also let it go.
Right,
because guess what? They're also adults.
Yes, yes. So basically, I'll use this as a very specific example. I've got a friend who is currently in jail. He had a situation come up, and I would have lost more sleep if I did not help than if I'd just lost more sleep. So initially, I wanted to help because if I didn't, I would have been mad at myself, right? Like I would not have been at peace with myself. I was more peaceful in the beginning of that, knowing that I helped. And so he crashed here for a while, and still don't have a problem with him. I realized that once he left, I realized
Are we talking about the same person?
Yes.
Okay.
Different. No, not the same person as earlier. Different person. But so he crashed here for a while, and that's what I wanted. Like that's what I asked for. That's what I wanted. That's what I.
Yeah.
That's what I got in bed with. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that is what allowed me to feel
he's in jail over that.
Peace. Yeah, that's fucking stupid. He should not be, but it happened that way.
So stupid.
But anyways, once he left is when I realized I gotta stop.
I could shoot my shoulder right now, and I mean, I would be the only person that cared, but nobody else would care. Like, I love my dog. You know how much I love my dog.
Yeah.
Right? Like, my dogs are like my center. But the thing is, if I fucking shot my dog, I could bury him in the yard and no one would know. No one should know. It's my personal business.
Yeah. I agree. I think here's what's wild to me is that, like, was there a little bit of what was the word I used? Not ignorance, but irresponsible. I don't know. There was a little bit of irresponsibleness involved. But the thing is that dude
is a dog.
But also, he could have.
I love dogs.
He left,
but he should not be in jail.
No, not over it. No, he could have. So
how long does he have, by the way? I'm sorry to keep cutting you off.
How long does he have left?
Yeah,
he gets out in February.
Okay, so it's not like years.
They gave him 11/29, but he got like trustee work.
That pisses me off, dude.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
He should have never went.
I'm sorry. Like, that news right there just fucking yoked me for a second.
So they gave him 1 day short of a year, but he will get out. He'll get out early because
he better be fucking glad he got 1 day short of a year. Otherwise, he would have went to prison instead of jail.
That's why they did that. They was trying to keep him out of prison.
God, fuck them, dude.
That was his plea deal. Yes, his plea deal. If he would have took it to court, the state attorney's office said they were going to push for 5 years in prison. His plea deal was.
He should have went to the press. The public would have sided with him.
No, public did not side with him. The Facebook post they made that Walton County made when they arrested him, the public was not. They were fucking shitting on him.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't know the whole story, so it's unfortunate. They basically thought that this guy was out here stabbing his own dog.
That's probably why they fucking did all that shit. Yeah. It's because of the public.
Yeah. But the thing is, what I was going to get at is that, like, I know the story. I know what he did. And he should have done some stuff different. But he didn't. Still not that bad, though. I mean, he literally could have let that dog out and wander on the street to get hit by fucking cars and gotten in less trouble than what he did. What he did was he moved out of the apartment. His ex was supposed to come pick the dog up, so he left the dog with a shit ton of food and water. Ex never showed up. Food got ate. Water got drank. Dog ended up starving to death because nobody came and picked the dog up.
That's on the girlfriend.
I agree. But he left that dog with a shit ton of food and water, and then nobody came and picked the dog up, but he got in trouble for it. Literally, that dude could have said, if you don't want to, if he could have said, if you don't want to pick the dog up.
I feel like he could still civil suit
her.
No, the state.
Maybe
he could still he could sue the fuck out of this place.
Maybe.
I'm telling you right now, he can.
The fact that he could have let that dog wander in the street and gotten in less trouble than what he's in now, for actually providing, because he
I feel like
provided for the dog.
small town cops, small town, small town fucking justice system was swayed by Facebook.
Well, they were trying to make a statement with him.
Yeah, I feel like they made the wrong statement, and I feel like he can make a suit.
There is an individual that got arrested 2 weeks after he did. And he turned himself in. He also turned himself in. Like, he wasn't like, they didn't have to chase him down. He walked himself in there and told him the story. Like, he was like, here I am. Here's the story. And they were like, okay, well, we're gonna end up charging you. And he was like, okay, well, when do I need to come back? So then he crashed here, then he showed back up, right? He turned himself in for all of it. He's like, this is what happened. This how this is going. Like, he wasn't trying to run from anything, which is another testament to his character, I think. Like, he like, I don't think he intentionally meant for anything bad to happen to that dog.
I don't think he knows how to fight this.
Well, no. Well, he took the plea deal because he got nervous about the.
Yeah, I don't think he knows how to fight this. If
he didn't have the money.
If it was me, I would call New York Press.
He didn't have the money for the.
No, just call New York Press. He'd be like, "Hey, this is what's going on."
Yeah, but he didn't have attorney money. Like, he got stuck with a public defender that didn't give a fuck.
New York Press would fund them. Like, they
Maybe.
do that shit.
Maybe.
If it's a story, they will go. Like, that's a story right there.
He left the dog
Especially
unattended
Florida.
in an
Florida
apartment.
man.
But nobody likes the way it sounds. Like, and I'll even say it, he left the dog unattended in an apartment.
But no,
And everybody's like, he should have done this. He should have done that.
That's not that.
He should have.
That's how that part of the story sounds. But he should attack the girlfriend, saying, like, belligerent, girlfriend left man and dog to die. Like, that's how the story is gonna be spun on the other side.
Here's another really good question for you. This was in an apartment complex. There were other tenants. You mean to tell me? To tell me nobody in that fucking apartment complex, none of the neighbors heard that dog to be able to get that dog out of there before? You mean to tell me that because he moved out. What happened was he moved out in like early January of last year. They found this dog dead in March. 3 months. You mean to tell me for 3 months, nobody in that apartment heard or...
I'm sure after the first 2 weeks, the dog died.
Probably lasted longer than 2 weeks because he said because of the amount of food that he left, food and water that he left.
A dog will overeat.
Huh?
A dog will overeat.
Yeah, but also, yeah, possibly. I don't think it was 2 weeks though. I think probably.
I mean, a human body can last 30 days without food. Now, water, 3 days.
So he gave the dog water.
How much water?
Apparently a shit ton. Not like a little bowl. And then, after the dog drank the water that
like
he
a bathtub full?
Not that much, no. But after the dog drank the water that was left for him, he ended up drinking the water out of the toilet bowl. Also, in the bathroom.
I know how much a dog drinks. He'll drink a whole, like, salad bowl in 1 day.
Ours don't. Like literally, I can fill that
How
water
big was
bowl
the
up.
dog?
Huh?
How big? What type of dog was it?
It was a little bit of a mutt, but it was like
an average
medium.
Okay.
Size dog, like not like a large dog, but medium size. Like
I would have given that dog 2 weeks.
Mixed.
2 weeks. Dead.
Maybe.
That sucks. Sorry, guys, to get depressing, but this is important. shit. I feel like he has a case. Yeah, I feel like this man has a case towards to sue the state, honestly, for his treatment. Next up, we're going to talk about YouTube theory and Twitch theory. I am looking forward to it because it's interesting. Hey, I'm P2, and then I want to get back to the original topic.
I'll also say this, dude. Personally, I think I've already made this comment to you before, but it's not like he left a fucking 18-month-old child in that apartment to die. It is a dog. It's dogs.
I'm telling you.
Our shelters, our animal shelters are overrun. Nobody is accepting them.
The next time, they euthanize them.
Yeah, they euthanize them.
The next time that you talk to this person, please tell him that he has a case, because I really feel like he does.
And I don't mean that to sound insensitive, because I do feel like
dogs are amazing. That was
I think they
gift on earth that God ever made.
I think that they are more pure at heart than the human heart.
Yeah,
for a lot of people. But at the end of the
also,
day, it's still a dog.
He didn't shoot somebody.
Yeah, he's not over there stabbing kids. You know.
No. I want to talk about YouTube theory.
Yeah.
And Twitch theory.
Toast? What?
Twitch theory.
Twitch. Okay.
Yeah.
Toast. I can toast.
Dude, let me tell you something. I have 3 layers on. 2 layers on.
You so cold?
No, it was exhausting putting them back on.
You sound out of breath.
I am. Okay. So, I want to explain something that I feel like I haven't explained very well. And, like I said, I feel like we work better in person.
Okay.
So, I would like to explain something.
Okay.
My theory on, and where I started, and this is developed over the entirety of when I started 7 years ago. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing 7 years ago. And then I was like, Mary was like, hey, we should start streaming. And I was like, ah. And then we figured out how on the PS4. And then I was like, all right, fuck it. And from the very get go, she told me, I was like, Tim, she said, Tim, you sound extra as fuck when you're trying. You sound like a try hard. And
Who said this?
Mary,
Your girlfriend at the time.
yeah,
Okay.
because we started, because I was like, I was like anxious, like trying to like, I didn't know what I was doing. I was like, oh, we're gonna become millionaires. Let's go. Dude, it was embarrassing. It really, I deleted all those videos. I did. I like it was bad. It was real bad. And it it was a fucking journey, dude. Cause I didn't I didn't understand what a target audience was. I didn't. I was just trying to. I was just trying to be funny. That was it, and it fucking blew. I like. I had a cheap ass fucking headset, and that was our mic. And both me and Mary both had mics, and we didn't understand double audio. Yeah, the whole thing was bad and cringy, and we would get like one person or two people and they'd leave. We never got a single chatter ever for the entirety of me and Mary's relationship. Oh. And then after I started streaming by myself, like without Mary, not the entirety of me and Mary's relationship, I started streaming without Mary while I was with Mary. And that's when I started getting people because of the non-double audio. That was, I can tell you right now, that was the only, that's the reason. And Royal was actually one of my first ones. And I started like, hey, all right, I'm getting people, cool. And I started playing with Chris, and that was when I started playing with Chris as like a streaming partner. And we just we were dedicated towards games, not target audience, and or target genre or niche or anything like that. We're just games, and we got a few people, but Chris was more trying to talk about his problems than trying to stream. So that was a big issue. And after a while, that didn't work out. And then I streamed a little bit, and then I stopped. And then like 2 years passed. And after that, I was like, okay, I'm gonna start streaming again. And so I did. And then another 2 years, and then I asked you to start streaming, and then we're at year 7, I think, now. Yeah. Or 8. 8. I think it's actually kind of marks 8 a little bit.
Yeah, I've been doing it now for a year and a half. And then
You've been affiliated for a year and about a couple months.
Right. But I've been streaming for probably close to a year and a half. And then was on your stream for how long was I just verbally, like, you were streaming and I was, just audibly on your stream before I started streaming? Probably like 3 or 4 months, probably a few months for sure. It wasn't super.
Yeah.
It wasn't like
no.
It wasn't like.
It was probably like 3 or 4 months.
Yeah, it wasn't like I got on there once or twice with you, and then I was like, "Yep, I'm for sure going to," because I didn't.
No, it took a while.
Want to for a while.
It took a while to convincing for real.
So good amount of months prior to that, if that helps you on your time periods any.
Yeah. So the reason why I brought up my timeline is because I wanted to kind of just give like a where I'm at right now with streaming, and I haven't even given. I think I've advanced the most with you. By the way, I've advanced the most for sure in the time period that we've been streaming, because before I asked you to stream, it was like the day before I asked you to stream, I decided I'm gonna go for this. Like that was like it was not like a hey, let's try it. It's a
Like a very
career path.
very intentional
Yeah, right. Yeah,
decision. Gotcha.
yeah. And I was like, okay, Tyler's my best friend. I don't see anybody else in my life or anybody else in my future life that I could possibly, meld with better, because smart, we get along. We also don't get along. That's also content.
Happens.
Like everything about it is right. You know what I mean? And so I was like, all right, cool. And then we experimented with just launching me into affiliateness. We gained followers. I went into the Discord side of it, and as we were gaining followers, I tried to support it with a hammock of like impressive Discordness. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I want to get into the topic of where I'd like to go.
Okay. I keep hitting my knee.
Are you okay?
Hit my knee twice trying to walk around this bitch. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. I'll wait till you get back.
Damn minefield around here, dude. I can't move without hitting my kneecaps.
Is there a charger around here? Where's that red one?
There. I don't know where it's at.
Wasn't it plugged into your phone?
It was. It's somewhere up there. I think.
Oh. All right, this works.
There it is. Found it.
Anyways, so I'd like to talk about the difference between Twitch monetization and YouTube monetization.
Okay.
When it comes to streaming.
Twitch. I want to learn from this because I don't know much about the YouTube monetization part.
So, Twitch, you will make more money immediately. Absolutely, like hands down. Let's scale up until we have 10,000 views, average. Like average in that stat, like where it was asking us what our average was to get, like that stat is 10,000. We would make 85K a stream.
Fuck.
85K a stream.
From Twitch? You talking about or YouTube?
Yep. Twitch.
Okay.
We would make probably 2,300 on YouTube stream. But over the next 5 years, we'd probably make 250K over the VODs.
Gotcha. Okay.
Because nobody gives two shits about Twitch VODs. And they don't monetize Twitch VODs. That Twitch does not monetize VOD. They don't. YouTube does. And so every single stream that we do on YouTube for the rest of our lives, after we get monetized, that's the hurdle. Once you get monetized on YouTube, Every single video
What's
that
the
is ever
what's the
made.
threshold for YouTube? Is it 1,000
They
subscribers?
just lowered it 500.
500 subscribers. Yep. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the money.
That's super attainable.
That's interest. That's compound interest.
Yeah.
Every single video that we make is compound interest because it takes one TikTok or one relative topic to make one video fucking 10,000. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That is my game. So I want to simul stream everything. You know what I mean? Especially this. This shit, awesome. And I want to build a team that I want to stream with. And so SpongeBob, Spicy, Audit, Justin. I don't know if I can.
See Spicy already?
Mm-hmm. Anybody else?
We got Scoops and
Scoop.
Dibbles.
Obviously fucking Scoops. I'm sorry, Scoops. You're actually number one. My bad.
Those are kind of the recent
Core
ones,
core people. Yeah. They're the team.
I say recent. They're the recent long-term, long-standing
Exactly.
ones.
They're the team they're the content creators with us. And YouTube is where the money's at. Like the big money. Not the immediate money. The big money. Twitch is the immediate money. We could pay $50 a month, you know, for now. And if we get a 0 behind our follower count, we get a 0 behind our pay count.
Yeah.
So $500 a month. Like, that's cool. YouTube is where I'm trying to really fucking do it. Because every video and every short and everything that you put onto YouTube, once you get monetized, all the stuff that you've done before monetization suddenly becomes monetized. That's amazing. That's fucking great. That's entrepreneurship. That's cool as shit.
That's a good point.
So restream.io. You can stream on Twitch just like you normally do. But then it also goes on YouTube.
Okay.
That honestly, that's it. That's all I wanted to bring up.
What are the just from my knowledge, because like I said, I thought the only thing I really knew about the YouTube, like the thresholds for hitting the YouTube monetization, I thought was 1,000 subscribers. If it's lowered, it's lowered. What are the other people? What
people are giving up?
Nah.
Too many. Like nobody was getting monetized in the last 3 years, so they lowered it.
What are the
other parameters?
What's the other parameters that you gotta hit?
So there's multiple
other than subscribers.
So actually, let me look it up. There's multiple options. I believe the shorts is 3 million. It within a 30-day standpoint.
3 million views.
Yeah.
Within 30 days.
Yeah, but on a short. But that's an option. It's not a requirement.
That's
if you're going the shorts route, because there's different routes that you can take. Okay. You can take the shorts route because shorts you've gotten like 2.5K. So have I, right? I've gotten 2.5K on some of mine. You've gotten.
They only got like 2,000.
Well, still in the 2000s, and we're amateurs, not even amateurs. You just threw that out there, and it happened, right?
Yeah.
So 3 million doesn't sound impossible.
Sounds hard as fuck.
Well,
not impossible. It sounds hard as fuck.
Not if you're trendy.
If you throw something out there that blows up, it'll happen like that.
If we pay attention to trends and we actually do something relevant and do our title research and all that, I believe, yeah. And I think this best shit we've ever done. But let's go on to YouTube. All right. Earn. So there's an earn tab. And then, okay. So, I've gotten three videos uploaded in the last 90 days. That's a requirement. Obviously easy. 500 subscribers.
Okay.
I've got 55 now. I had 46 yesterday. That dude, honestly. Yeah. And then one of the following. 3,000 public watch hours on a video, or on all videos, across all videos. So 3,000 public watch hours, or 3 million public short views in the last 90 days. And
those are the tough ones. Obviously.
Well, no. The 3,000 is in the last 365 days. I think that one's more attainable. So you have to get
3,000 within a year.
Within a year, a rolling year.
3,000 watch hours, right? Not just shorts.
3,000 watch hours in 365 days.
That seems a lot more attainable.
Right. So 500 views and 365 watches.
I was thinking.
And 3 videos.
I was thinking 3,000 hours over a 30 days. That's a rough one.
Right. Actually, that's what I was actually thinking too. That's the first time I've actually looked at that little detail. In last 365 days. Yes.
Doable.
It is doable. That's why when we were a little heated, I blurted out without context that Twitch doesn't matter. It does matter.
Yeah, that one was wild.
It does matter. It matters for our base. It matters for our entire construct. It doesn't matter when it comes to YouTube and where we're gonna actually make the money. I don't think we're actually gonna ever become millionaires on Twitch.
I think we missed the boat.
It takes constant, because Twitch is immediate. We have to do it every single time.
Well, I just think it's too saturated now. We missed that ship.
Well, YouTube
in our life.
YouTube is compound interest. Like, we put something out there, it makes money for the rest of its life.
Right.
Twitch, we have to, if we're gonna make money, we have to make it each day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that part. And like I said, I think that on the Twitch side of stuff specifically, we are just too late to the game. If we'd have started this shit fucking 5 years ago, 6 years ago, we'd probably be making.
I think that's defeatism talk.
I don't think it is. I think it's oversaturated right now.
I think if you're unique enough that you're good, we just have to get niche. We have to get niche down
To be
we
enough.
We multi-stream and play popular games.
What dollar amount are you talking about? Like, because you can be unique enough and make a few $100s a month, but we're gonna talk about quit your job kind of streaming. There's only a handful of those dudes, and
maybe it doesn't have to do with games.
You know, I'm not saying games. I'm just saying there's only a handful of those guys. There's a large handful. It's just, you know, I'm not saying it's super small, but there's only a handful of new up and comers. At least the ones that are making enough money to do that full time, like nothing else. Like they're talking about making $1 million a year off of fucking streaming. Those are the guys that have been fucking doing it for.
Well, the thing is, what I've been doing is not relying on Twitch for the money. I've been creating revenue streams.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, first off, I don't rely on Twitch for the money anyway. I got a regular 8 to 5 job.
No,
but
not that. I'm talking about, like, I've been creating revenue streams, like creating the competition and trying to hype it up and pushing that for like our community. And uh that's not the only one. Like we're about to launch merch, hopefully. And all those things. Like Twitch doesn't make the money. Twitch brings the people. The people spend the money. If we're smart enough to create a shopping mall. Well, we have to be smart enough to create a shopping mall with so many different shops.
Killbox.
Yes. So we have that. That's the point.
That sounds like yes.
It's yes, definitely.
Okay.
I don't know. I didn't spell.
Don't. Sorry, get this goddamn board, dude.
But that's the point. Twitch brings in randos. We just have to be entrepreneur. And I am. That's the point.
Gotcha.
You just can't feel bad about taking money.
Yeah.
That's
I don't
what
feel
we're
bad
doing.
about taking money. I like taking the money part.
Well,
That's the fun part.
Well, thing is, do you know how much work we put into this?
A lot. We for sure.
So much.
We put.
Look at this.
Yeah. I can 400% say we have put more work than we have gotten paid for a fact.
But it's investment.
It is.
In time. And we have to, in order to not just fizzle, you have to keep looking forward. And if you look forward and you see that that's unattainable, you lost. I am going to become a millionaire. My brother's already won. I confirmed it last night. 2 nights ago.
Wait, you what?
Brad's a millionaire.
Is he really?
Yeah. Sorry, Sponge.
Is he for real?
Yeah. Yeah. I have to live up to the Hilly name, dude. Why the fuck do you think I'm so driven?
Mute this real quick.
Go ahead. Yeah. My brother's a millionaire.
God damn.
I have to catch up to him. I don't feel any type of way towards him. I own a gym and I'm doing this. And so that's my
the same company?
Yeah. Well, no. He owns his own private LLC now, but he contracts for the same company. He quit and then had them hire him.
That's funny. So I have an opinion on that, and I don't mean it bad on your brother.
He knows what he's doing, dude.
He's swindling fuckers.
No.
Yeah. The fucking financial advisor game.
I'm sorry.
Dude,
He knows what he's doing.
well, the financial advisor game is literally making money off of other people. That's their job.
That is some raw thinking. You know that?
It's also true.
It's not.
It is, dude.
I know. He handles billionaires.
Mm-hmm. He takes their money and he makes him a shit ton of money off of their money.
How do you think a financial
He also
advisor
makes them money.
How do you think a financial advisor makes money?
I'm assuming that he's dabbling in
one
the stock market.
1 to 10% interest off of profit of their customer's profit. So their customer keeps 90% profit.
I'm not saying he's not smart at what
He's not swindling, dude. He's making the money. He can't get paid without them getting paid, dude.
Yeah.
Did you pay him it whenever your debacle crashed with him? Like you said that something didn't work out with him. Right?
No, they actually took my ass to collections over $0. Yeah.
Oh.
I decided not to open the life insurance policy, and his company took me to fucking collections for $0. It stayed on my credit report for 7 years.
You could easily pay that off. You just give them $0.
I didn't know about it until 5 years in. But
listen,
I think that
can I give you something?
That is I think that is
if you would have hired me as a personal trainer 2 years in, you would probably think that I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
I'm not saying he doesn't know what he's doing. I'm just saying
now I do.
I have my personal opinion of financial advisors.
I gotta protect my brother on this one, man.
That's fine.
It's not out of brotherly love either, because like I respect professionals, and if he's gonna claim to be a professional,
I think at this point
at this
point he is, dude.
I do think he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
And
I didn't say he didn't know what he was doing. I just have a personal opinion about financial advisors.
You think he's dwindling?
No, I think he.
You said that.
That is, he said that. I don't mean it in the super derogatory way, but also know what. Like I know what my financial advisor.
You watch South Park is like, all right, let me take your money, and then it's gone.
No, like I said, I know what my financial advisors are doing with my retirement account right now. I know what they're fucking doing. They're taking my money and making them more money than I'm getting in my actual retirement account. They're making more money than I'm getting, for sure.
Go with him, brother, dude. You had one. He's
gonna do the same thing, dude. He will make more money than I will make, for sure.
They take a single-digit percentage off of profit,
right?
So they have to do a good job in order to.
Right, which is the part where I was saying. I'm not saying that he doesn't know what he's doing, and like he's still gonna be the one that has to make the decision of like if it's.
He has to work to make money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's also got to be savvy about where to put this money to where to invest this so that it can grow.
It's okay if you don't agree with me. Don't think that because it's my brother that I'm gonna feel a certain way. Like,
no, I feel this way about all financial advisors, not just your brother. It's all, like mine included, at work right now. Like when they send me an email like, hey, this is what your stock portfolio looks like for this month. I'm like, sweet, I gained $16. That motherfucker gained 16 grand. I would guarantee. Not off of my money, but off of everybody's money collectively. So
I'm gonna say this just because I'm blunt. I feel like that's ignorant thinking.
I think okay.
Just off of what I know, because my brother is explaining what he does very thoroughly to me, because we trade stories a lot, and take a new financial advisor, for example. They struggle. They struggle for about 3 years, because they get pushed. All the big boss financial advisors, they push all the small clients onto them, and then, so it's like people like you or me, like
the old peons over here, not the big wig clients kind of thing. Yeah,
and so they make a certain single digit percent off of us, and we're not making much to put into it in the first one. We're putting $250 a month, maybe. That's probably the highest. Right.
I'm not putting a lot in at a time. I agree.
And so they don't get anything off of what you put in. They get paid off of the percent that they make you. And so they are very motivated to
super incentivized, yes.
Yeah. To make you something.
Mm-hmm.
So they struggle for a while, and that's why financial advisors, they fail a lot. And Brad, he was fucking good at it. And he was so good at it, like I was good at personal training. Within 2 years, he said, fuck you, company. I'm doing my own thing. And so, and then he is now doing billionaires because they sought him out. Because they
really
out of reputation.
Wild.
Yes. And Yeah, I would say trust Brad. That's the moral of the story is because I know it now. I had no idea what financial advisors do, and I didn't know how they get paid. And how they get paid is very important because you know how to trust them. They get paid off of the profit.
Yeah.
I would say trust Brad. That is all I'm gonna say on it. If you still don't, I understand.
It's not that I don't trust them. It's just I have an opinion of financial advisors that
I know.
probably is not going to be swayed. Now, I say that, but every one of them make a fuck ton of money.
Well, they're just like personal trainers. The young ones, they're fucking swindlers. Every single one. Like the anyone that's under 5 years in their craft,
They're swindling.
They're just
Or they're peddling. I won't say they're swindling. They're peddling.
They're overzealous salesmen.
Yeah.
Anyone that is client based in any field, even lawyers.
Yeah, that's fair.
Any client
based. To be fair, at that stage, you're trying to build a clientele, so you got to peddle. You got to peddle some shit,
even if you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, and
the bigger bosses know that you don't know what you're doing, so they give you a little leeway and all that jazz.
Yeah.
I would say trust Brad. If you're gonna
trust is not the issue.
If you're gonna ask anybody.
Yeah, trust is not the issue. It's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about, and you're not wrong. Maybe this is super ignorant thinking.
And I don't mean that in like an offensive way. I'm just saying like I'm ignorant in nuclear physics. Ignorant is not a bad word.
Here is where my ignorance is probably based out of. Every fucking financial advisor that I know of is got a shit ton of money. My retirement account does not have that much money. It has a fraction, a very small fraction. And it's because some of this is because they've got multiple people, right? So they're making a percentage off this guy, 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 this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Every financial advisor I know makes a fuck ton of money. I don't make a fuck ton of money off those.
So long you change career paths.
Huh? Well, I'm saying my investments. My investments aren't making a fuck ton of money. Like they're making a very small amount compared to your annual salary. The fact that my retirement account, like
I've considered quitting my gym and becoming a financial.
Like the fact that my current retirement account over the past 4 years has gone up like $2,000. Not a lot. It was $3,000 over my contributions and however the stock market has willy-nilly.
Has your financial advisor told you to do a Roth IRA?
Yeah, that's what I have.
Do you know the limit of that?
Yeah.
6,000?
Yeah. It's more than
65.
that. Yeah, it's more than that.
65 now. No,
yeah.
It's not.
I thought it was I thought it was like 14 or 7.
No.
If
that's not a Roth IRA. It might be a traditional.
It might be traditional. Then I thought
you should be doing a Roth IRA.
I thought the higher
limit for Roth. Right now it's $7,000.
$7.
Okay. Yeah.
I was like 14 or 7. One of those sound familiar. The other one, I think the other one is 14 or 15.
Traditional. I don't know what it is. I don't deal with that. Maybe because you get taxed when you take it out.
Right.
Yeah. I transferred my entire correctional officer retirement to my Roth. Right now I have I think 18,000. No, it's probably more now. It's like 20 something. But over the next if you want to know how Roth works, every 7 years it doubles. So that's basically math. That's the whole math. And so I'm trying to put as much in it as possible.
There is a limit, like what you're talking about is a limit that you can contribute to it per year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, what I'm saying is that I see how much my retirement account increases And some of that is my contribution to it. Like it's me putting money into it. That's why it's increasing. And it's not increasing by that much.
Yes, Audit, you are allowed to talk about this. Yeah, Audit asked, "Are we allowed to talk about this?" Audit, you guys are allowed to talk. That's why we're streaming. Uh, if we didn't want you guys to talk, we wouldn't be streaming. If we didn't want to hear you out your guys' opinions, we would not be streaming. So I appreciate your interest. So go ahead. But yeah,
That's all I'm getting at is that like I see how much my retirement account increases, and it's not that much. And then I see what these financial advisors are making yearly, and it is more than tenfold what my increase is. Now, some of that is because of clientele and their client base. Like they've got a lot, right? They've got a lot of different people, so they get a percentage off of not just me, not just mine, right? It's 40.
so my question is, why don't you become a financial advisor?
I'm going to quit my job. Is what I'm going to do.
Why don't you become a financial advisor?
I should, honestly, because I actually
then do. Like I think you have the mind for it.
I think I do. I think honestly, I probably could.
Tyler, do it.
Yeah,
and you have an inside person as well, someone that cares about you, Brad. Fucking do it,
because I could
instant millionaire in 3 years. Like, come on, man. I'm actually thinking about doing it. Like, I probably can't do it because I can't office it, man. I can't.
You can't 9 to 5 it.
No. I need to own my own. But the thing is, he 9 to 5 it, and then he owns his own. But he still sits in the same building.
He also, to be fair, he did not 9 to 5 it, dude. He like 9 to 9 it, like.
Dude, he 9 to 4 aimed it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember him starting off, dude. He was at people's houses at fucking 9 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
And then obviously doing his probably working some stuff once he got back to his house. Kind of like he wasn't riding the gravy train on biscuit wheels in the beginning, dude. He was humping it. Brad was humping it hard.
Yeah. By the way, Brad's my brother. For anybody watching.
Yeah.
And Audit, you're more than welcome. Yeah, we're doing this on purpose. This isn't an accidental. He thought it might have been an accidental.
We accidentally left the fucking mic on.
I accidentally left the stream on. No. This is intentional. Yeah. Well, we actually talked about YouTube and Twitch theory and all that jazz.
And we talked about how good you were at Rocket League. We did not actually, but we can get on that subject next.
We talked about how people literally hold your balls and try to be as good as you at Rocket League, and hopefully the ball sweat makes them better. But yeah, I don't understand why you do your job and you don't like it.
Because right now it pays bills, and that is what is
But
literally.
Why don't you like look for another one that is a lateral shift or higher?
It is coming down the pipe. The reason I haven't yet is because they gave me a goddamn good bonus, dude.
Tyler, I think that you really do have the mind for financial advice.
I probably could swing that actually.
Your numbers.
Yeah,
I know you are.
Yeah,
I know that of you, and it is the path to millions.
I don't know if I would
fucking
love the job, but
I think you would.
I also currently don't love my job now, but I'm working.
I know you're money motivated.
Yeah,
and you would be motivated the entire time.
Like I said, I could probably swing it. I could see it's one of those jobs that like I could see myself doing it. Like it's not a, hey, do you want to work do you want to work a shovel all day? No, I can't see myself doing that, dude.
You would be helping people in a field that people don't think you're helping them until like they ask you. And Brad told me this 2 nights ago that at first he wanted to help the little guy, but not anymore because the bigger guys, the billionaires,
Well, they're making more money.
not that. He said he enjoys the math. Like it's all like it's very complicated. Like 720 businesses. You have to like
Yeah.
yeah, and he like it's all a puzzle. And it's yeah.
He's got a little artism in him as well, doesn't he? He's a little artistic.
But he enjoys doing the like the whole like shape around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that he wanted to start helping the little guy, but he realized how hard it is to help the little guy because they don't want to help themselves.
Yep. That's fair.
Like I'm a prime example. I should be putting him into Roth IRA right now, and I'm not. But I asked him. I was like, "Hey, should I be putting him into my Roth IRA, or should I be more focused on my gym?" And he said, "If you feel like your gym is going to blow up, then the gym. If you feel like the Roth IRA, then the Roth IRA. The best idea would be both. But if one is going to sacrifice the other, then the gym."
Here's the other factor, and that is financial advisor is gonna tell you this is what you should do, and you'll be like, okay, how do I do that? And they'll be like, you just put money into this instead of that, and you're like, well, where do I get that money from? Oh, you just put it there. No. I'm saying, where do I get the money to put there? Like,
money is easier to come by if you
got bills and kids, it ain't. Like, money is ever fucking fleeting, dude. It's like a fart in the wind around here.
I was going to say, money is easy to come by if you don't have kids. Like, because you have time if you don't have kids. If you do have kids, you don't have time.
I see what you're saying. Money is easy to come by because you have time. You
I
can
can
figure out a way to make money.
I can Uber.
Yeah.
Very easily. I can Uber and put it into
That
my
makes
Roth IRA. Like, lickety split, dude. I can make $250. I can make $7,000 in 7 months. Ubering 10 times a month for 7 months. $100 a day. If I that actually be like 21,000. But anyways,
It's like my current the guy's like, hey, you should max out what you can put a year into your retirement account. And then my answer to that is, I got fucking bills, brother. No, they don't pay me that much at work. They don't pay me enough to take half my fucking paycheck and throw it into a fucking retirement account. I got bills. I got a mortgage. And I got debt. That's where that money goes.
so audit my brother is a financial advisor, and Tyler might be thinking about financial advisor. Maybe not.
Oh, we'll fuck around with the idea.
I'm fucking around with the idea. I think it's a good move for him.
It's so unfortunate. I spent the last 8 years of my life.
You would have to struggle though for 3 years.
Yeah. I spent the last 8 years of my life building up to fucking civil
But
engineering.
ask yourself this: what's the cap of where you're leading to,
120 a year.
and what's the cap of financial advising?
Apparently fucking.
Millions.
Apparently more.
Brad is 4 years into it.
Yeah.
Millions,
I would say 120 is probably
hundreds
the cap.
of millions, hundreds of millions is the cap for financial advising. Do you think if you told your dad that you were going for it on that front, do you think he would scoff at it?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't think he would scoff at it. I think he'd be like, all right.
He would until I started producing results, and then he wouldn't. But in the initial stage, he would.
But would he help you?
No. No, they don't. No, we don't. We are not on those terms anymore.
Mm.
I don't ask them for anything anymore.
I think if we did, it'd be a big thing.
Maybe I just ever since that night that they showed up and chewed my ass in my own living room.
I think
Like I paid the fucking bills over here, right? And they showed up over here to chew my ass, and then I told them to get the fuck out of my house.
let's say that you were
We
a
ain't
serial
been the
killer.
same.
Let's say
Then.
you were a serial killer mindset, and you said, "Okay, what are the paths that I have to take to become a financial advisor and then have my dad fund it? What steps will you take?"
I would probably start working on it behind the scenes, at least, so I would maintain my current paycheck while I was working towards leaving that motherfucker. Sounds.
Would you also, let's say pride does not matter, would you act and say, "Hey, Dad, I'm sorry, I need help because I see a bigger career path for me, and
What?
I
How
could
would he
use your
help me monetarily?
Yeah,
Probably not. I wouldn't. No.
no, not wouldn't. I'm saying like,
If I had to, yes.
no,
But
not had to. I'm saying like that doesn't matter. I'm saying like if you're manipulative, would you do it? If you swallowed your pride and said, "Hey, I apologize for everything. I I need help," and it was an act the entire time. But
yeah, he would help. I don't want it. Like it's
okay,
just not similar to what you were saying earlier. I don't want that held over my head.
okay. Well, I'm just saying I see there is a path to where you could be
Well,
in there.
I don't know. I don't 100% understand what you're asking. Like, are you asking for him to monetarily pay my bills here?
If you switched jobs and you were
He
going to
would say
pay,
no to that.
if you were
But
going to pay every penny back,
he would say no.
okay,
He's not gonna pay my fucking mortgage so that I can go
all right,
fuck around as a financial advisor for a little. I'll have to figure out.
not fuck around,
No,
but
I'm just saying I'll have to figure out a way to financially cover that bill. If I walk over there right now like that, I'm struggling right now. Can I borrow $200 for the light bill? He'll give that to me, no problem. But if I'm like, hey, can you cover my mortgage for the next 6 months while I travel down this venture over here? He's gonna say, fuck off. He won't say fuck off, but he'll say, no. Figure out a way for you to financially pay for all of that, which would be
I don't think so.
work. There's no way he's gonna pay my mortgage, dude. He's not. He doesn't. He's not gonna. He's not gonna spend that money. We're talking about a lot of money on something like that.
I know.
If I were to quit my job and pursue something totally different, and
If the
I have
ceiling,
to ask him to help me pay for stuff,
no, I feel like if you told him like how big the ceiling was,
that's if I get there though.
I feel like I believe in you. That's what I'm saying.
That's his decision to make and his opinion.
Right.
He's not gonna bite on that.
Hey, every shot you don't
You miss
shoot.
100% of the shots you don't take. Yeah.
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 Exactly.
Yeah. I know what shot I'm taking there.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
That's a mindset of people who don't shoot.
He's got a different mindset, dude. He's an old school mindset. He's gonna say, "You figure out how to make it work. You pay your bills, and the new venture." Like I said, if something were to come up and I needed help on something, he would help. That is not something he's gonna help on.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think
I know.
I
Dude, my mom's not watching my kid, and I'm paying $325 a month for childcare because she won't watch my kid. They're not gonna pay my fucking mortgage for me to go try to be a financial advisor.
I think that if you were trying to do much like if you were going down a very secure like path to millions, which is financial advising, by the way, I think they might see it in a different light.
They will not watch their grandchild. And you think that they'll pay my fucking mortgage?
It's exciting though.
That was super exciting. Yes, audit. I hate my job, by the way. I've hated my job for a long time. I'm good at it, but I don't like it. But yeah, dude, I'm telling you, my mom will not watch my kid, her grandchild, and you think that they'll pay my fucking mortgage for me to go experiment on?
Don't ask him. Just like bring it up.
Just tell him. Just tell him I can't pay anything anymore.
No. Just bring it up. Be like, hey, what if I quit my job and started a financial advising career, and the prospect is millions? Would you help me on that? Like, just say those words like verbatim. It not even saying like, hey, I'm doing this. Saying like, hey, this is just a thought. Just see what they say.
Okay.
I challenge you to do that.
Not gonna. Okay.
All right. So, what do you want to do?
We're just not on good speaking terms like that. One, we're not on good terms. There's no way I'm doing that.
Okay. I believe that you can do it.
You know
that's all I want you to know is that I believe that you can do it.
And I'm gonna look into it, but okay. I'm not gonna involve them on it. You know
children and everything is terrible. You're gonna hunch.
Well, I'm gonna.
I hope you know that.
Well, I'm gonna die at 45. Yeah, I'm gonna die at 45 from a heart attack like a real man, and then everything will be like it's supposed to be.
Tyler, if the job that you have right now is not supporting the lifestyle you want to live, you have to move up.
Well, the thing is that if I were to do this job with outside of the umbrella of that company, I could make a shit ton more. Because I've done it. I've done side work that our company decided not to take. So I called the guy back and it's like, hey, I'll do it on the side. Oh, how much? So I was like, it's gonna take me this long to do it. $1,500. And I do paid it.
Tyler, do you know how scary it was for me to do what I do?
Problem is, I can't do what I do without a degree.
I know that you have responsibilities, and I know that everything is like triple scary, literally.
Stability is a huge factor for me right now. Yeah,
but that aside, I want you to like fathom the amount of like fear that goes through my mind every day. Every day. Owning my gym. And not just owning the gym. Quitting Lifetime. Starting a gym. That.
What happened?
I blame the Manic episode and all that, but the whole thing, it still was like...
All right, so I'm gonna turn it back on you real quick and ask you some questions. What happens if you fail?
So I prepared myself. I already had the Uber, DoorDash, Instacart. I was going to be a workhorse, and I know for a fact that I can make $4,000 a month.
What are the repercussions if you fail? It's kind of what I'm asking.
Okay, so socially, everybody that I told that I can do it is basically be right. Financially,
I don't so much care about the other people part. Like, fuck those guys, right? So,
well, the thing is, those are clients.
Okay. For you personally, though, like, what would be if not if because you did it, but you got your gym. What happens if that fails?
So if that fails, I have at least $50,000 worth of equipment that I can sell. And I say $50,000 because I bought it for 18 $18,000, and I bought it for literally less than half of everything that it was worth
Nice.
because I'm an amazing negotiator and I'm an amazing salesman. And so my quick return is fucking high.
Selling all that shit off, dude.
So if my gym fails, and I realize that I can't do it, then because I always have an next plan, even if it's working at the greatest point possible. I have a potential sell rate of everything that I own, and it's about $52,000 at what I could sell it at. I would sell it over a period of 3 months, and I would figure out another business to start.
Okay.
That's
Let me ask it a little bit different way, because
I probably do a franchise.
You gave me when I asked what the repercussions were, you gave me what you would do. You didn't tell me the repercussions. So let me ask it a little bit different way.
Okay.
If you fail, who feels the burden of your failure?
No one.
You. At least you.
Well,
You are the minimum.
yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean,
But-
yeah, but it's not a failure. It's just another step in life.
Well,
Because
you'll have to pivot for sure. But
no,
that's what I'm saying. I'm not talking
everything
about.
that
I'm not talking about what would you do. What would. But like.
I might even fund my college to go to physical therapy.
So again, we're talking about things that you would do. This is how I would do. I'm not asking that. I'm asking who would feel the burden of your gym failing. You, at bare minimum, you, because you
Steph would.
Yeah. Okay. So that's another one. But like I said, bare minimum, you would be the one to feel the burden because, yes, you would pivot and you would figure out a way to make everything work. But that is falling on your shoulders to now. Now I have to figure this out, right? So you would feel that burden, and then you're saying Steph would feel the burden of your failure.
She wouldn't feel the financial burden because if I fail, I have a
got her own
financial exit
job
plan.
as well, but
I also have like a financial exit plan. She would feel like probably the depression on my side part of it.
which is I wasn't thinking about emotional stuff, but that's a good point.
It would hit hard.
Yeah, that's a good point.
If what I do failed, I probably wouldn't recover for like a year.
So emotionally, it'll kind of fuck with you as well too.
Yeah.
All right. So hear me out. Hear me out here. On trying new things, is that if you fail, it's essentially that Steph will feel some of it, but it's essentially just you that's gonna feel it, and you can pivot, you can move, you can make an adjustment and bounce back, and everything will be fine. If I make a change, if I make a career change and I fail, I've got 2 minor children that will feel the burden of that, and I cannot put that on them. That is like, first and foremost, the same as you. It will fall on me. I will feel the burden of my failure. I will then have to make moves. I'll have to figure out a way to bring in income. But when I'm doing that, because I'm not gonna immediately probably have the same income or the same, unless I get lucky. I mean, there's a total possibility that I'm like, oh, I fucking tried this and it failed, and then I go over here to this thing and well, never mind, we're back to normal. But the more likely scenario is that if I try something and I fail at it, I will feel the burden of then trying to make the moves, but my entire family will suffer because I fucked up, because I failed. So
Do you think
I'll take Jesse out of it.
Do you
Pretend
think-
Jesse doesn't even exist.
do you
I
think
got
doing
two kids
the
though.
whole financial advisor thing would be a fuck up?
No, I'm gonna look into it actually.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, for as far as like I don't feel like I can as free like I don't feel like I can as freely shift over here to this idea.
No, you can't. I know that. By the way, I hope
think
you, I hope you
have-
know I know that.
Yeah,
By the way,
I think that you have the.
I hope you don't
the
think
means.
that like I know that I have more freedom than you do.
I won't. I
I know
wouldn't
that
call it
for-
freedom because you still
no,
have
it is freedom.
a little bit, but you have your own.
I don't kids, dude.
You have your own set of things, though. You have your own set of things with your life that could limit things here and there. I think overall, if I were to broad stroke it again, in a general stance, though, you have the ability, a little bit better ability to like say, I'm going to go try that because.
But by the way, I think there is a major difference that and I think this is a major difference. I think that there is, imagine a Venn diagram. Okay.
It says these are some of the questions I need to think about as well. I don't know what that was referring to,
Well,
but these are good questions.
imagine there's a Venn diagram, right?
Okay.
But instead of circles, it's rectangles. Okay. So like
A rectangular Venn diagram, dude. This is wild. I like it.
Yeah.
Talk to me.
3 shoe boxes, all aligned, but one is phasing through the two, right?
Okay.
And it's time. And there are things that I can do that you cannot do because of your kids.
Oh, I get where we're going with this. Yeah. Okay. Keep going.
And then there are things that I can do, but you think you can't do.
I think I can't, but I
because
could.
of your kids.
But I could.
But you could. But
Yeah, this is exactly where I'm thinking it's going. I got you.
But-
Yeah,
and
You ain't wrong.
your carefulness has protected your kids
but it's also
for their
limited
entirety
me.
of their lives, and that's a good thing.
But it's also limited me.
Yes.
Yeah.
I, on my side of the Venn diagram, but the center of it, that we share, that we can both do.
You can shoot from the hip a little bit with a little,
It's not that. I believe in myself more than you believe in yourself.
Okay.
We both have the same abilities. I just take those opportunities because I have less consequences. If you take those same opportunities, the same result would happen, but you don't take them because you overthink you don't overthink the consequences.
I outweigh the risk.
Yeah, you're just more careful, and so I feel like you can do a lot more than you're doing.
Mhm.
Not effort wise, talent wise.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I'm not asking more effort.
No.
Yeah.
No, I get what you're saying.
I think
And I'm not taking it in a
I
bad
think
way.
civil engineering is beneath you.
I don't like it.
I-
I fucking
Tyler,
don't like it.
Tyler, I think civil engineering is fucking beneath you. You're just stuck there right now because it's safe.
Yeah.
And you're just like, turtle.
It pays bills.
Turtle.
Right.
Urgh. And every opportunity is just passing you by. Right off the shelf. And I know you're fucking smart, dude. And civil engineering, a monkey could fucking figure that out. Like, it's a software program. Eventually, your job's gonna be obsolete.
It's no, that's not inaccurate.
I mean, AI is gonna be able to figure it out eventually.
I use software, but it's my mind that makes the software.
But they can also, yeah, I'm pretty sure AI is gonna be able to do your job in like 10 years.
Maybe.
So get ahead of it and get rid of your job and do something that you enjoy and that you have the talent for and flourish at. You're smart, Tyler. You are fucking smart. I know this. You know this.
Yeah.
Your dad knows this. He's the one that Asian pushed you. For fucking...
Fair. Yeah.
You
Asian push.
I'm just saying, man. I stay in this house because this house is fucking awesome. Stay in this land, but make about 3 more zeros and figure it out.
That'd make this fucking mortgage payment a lot more tolerable.
And quit your job.
Yeah. I need
figure out something you like to do and become an entrepreneur.
Yeah, but we're gonna need to check some boxes. But yes,
you can become an entrepreneur without quitting your job. By the way,
I know that's actually currently
without doing the job that you are currently doing.
Well, I'm doing that job.
You hate your job.
I know.
Don't create a job that you can hate. Don't create an LLC that you hate.
Yeah, I know.
Which is what you fucking did.
No, I created the LLC for Jessie.
Okay.
That was what she was wanting to try to do. I had just used that LLC for side work. So technically, I did not create that for that purpose. I would like to do something different.
Well, just know that I believe in you 100%.
What's up, Sponge? You old son of a bitch. Let's see what Otta said. He had a good... Hang on. As referring to your question, what happens if I fail? How big of an impact would it make for me? And how long would it take for me to recover from it? Okay. That's the questions he was talking about. Always thought work is work. Just work, do good, make money. Not thinking about how far will I fall and how am I going to climb that ladder again. That's a deep way of explaining it. Especially on the second one that he had right there. Thinking about work is work, do good, make money, and not always thinking about how far would I fall and how am I going to climb that ladder again.
My point is, you're going to hit your head on the ceiling.
Yeah.
That's it.
I'd love it, dude. I mean, listen, this polished turd of a trailer that we're sitting in is not cheap, man. And some of that is built into the fact that I have as much land as I have. But if I'm going to make a career change, I'm going to need...
Tyler, answer me seriously. Do you think you're smarter than me?
No.
Do you think you're as smart as me?
In areas.
Okay. So, do you think you have as much brain power as me?
Yes.
Then what? Then the fuck you doing?
I get it.
I wouldn't do what you're doing. That's.
But I'm also good at what I'm doing.
You were conformed into what you're doing.
Yes, it was a learned thing. It's not something I wanted to
break
do.
out of that prison, dude.
Break out of that prison. But yes, what I'm doing now was a learned proficiency. Like I'm good now because I made myself learn to do it. Even though I don't like it.
Just because your dad fucking does it doesn't mean.
That's not why I did it. I did it because. Well, go ahead. What?
I mean, why are you doing it?
Because I was able to make good money at doing it.
But your dad put you into it.
I put myself into it.
How'd you get the job?
I was working for the county in the finance department, running fucking numbers.
I thought you like came over to it because your dad said like, "Hey, let's team up."
No, he said if I wanted to, then I could. And I was like, well, what do I if I was interested in doing that? Because in the beginning, I was interested in some of that stuff. And so I asked him, if I was interested, what would I need to do? He said, well, you need to get your certifications. So I said, okay. And then I got to looking at it more, and I was like, that seems like it would be kind of fun to do.
I'd asked, what do you want to do, sweet daddy?
What do I want to do?
Yeah.
Ooh.
By the way, always Twitch and YouTube is a side hustle. It's never the career. We never commit like 100% to it until it makes more. We research, we learn, and we go. So that's not the answer.
Well, Sponge's nips are freezing, so there's that. Um, Sponge, I did not. I seen where you said you was getting on live earlier, and I did not get on to look at you, but I hope you showed your nipples. To answer Audit's question though, what would I like? Like my dream job would be music related. I'd have to move for that though.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah.
Now, this day and age,
Well, also I don't. So I don't. I also don't want to like. I
you
don't.
could do everything with your house,
I don't care to.
especially music.
I don't care to like do shows. Like I'm not trying to. That's not what I'm not trying to be a famous artist or anything like that. But I would like anything music like making my own beats or making my own songs. I get so much enjoyment.
Tyler, why
out of
don't you
that.
own a Twitch channel about that?
I could do it. I could do
You
it.
should. You should, because there's plenty of talent between experience.
But I would also like I like that stuff enough. I would actually pay to take more
I would feel no certain way.
audio engineering classes.
I would feel no certain way if like I helped you transition from what you're doing now to millions on Twitch, and I still had 5 subscribers. I, I, I want you to do this, man. I'm not talking about just the band on YouTube thing. I'm talking about like become a millionaire, please, because I believe so much that I'm going to be.
Oh, I'd love to.
And I know
That'd be
that you're
fucking
as
sweet.
smart. I know that you're as smart as I am, and I know so many people.
Yes, Sponge. The answer, yes. Essentially, I would like to be to more to simplify it. Producer, being a producer is probably closer to what I enjoy. Now I can play music.
You have
and
to
I-
have connections also to be a producer,
Right.
So you have to like get into the business,
right.
So you have to start now,
Right. But I can play music, and I got no problem. I enjoy playing music as well, and I enjoy creating music. I'm not the best singer, so getting famous over my voice is probably not gonna be a huge thing unless I took If I took vocal classes, I could probably. I don't sing bad, so I could probably do better if I took if I had some vocal training. Um, but like I don't wanna go fucking on tours, right? Like that's not I don't want to do that. That sounds fucking terrible.
If they offered you $1 million to go on tour, would you?
I'll pack my shit tomorrow. But as a family man,
If you're going after tours while you're trying to make it, that's the wrong thing. If you get offered a tour,
yeah.
that's different.
But because as a family man, like I don't want to be away from my kids while I'm out there.
RV the fuck out of them, dude.
No, I really don't want that. But producer is probably the closer. Like I enjoy like the songs that I have made. That I like throw up on the little stream deal, and I'll get better at that. I'm kind of still dicking around with it, but
That's how it starts, though.
huh?
That's how it starts.
Yeah.
Just dick around with it.
Yeah.
Dick around with it.
But I'll sit at that fucking computer over there for hours, and none of it feels like work. It's fun. I enjoy it.
That is what you should make a business out of.
I know. That's why I should just start doing that. Problem is, I can't start doing that and make 55. Sorry. I can't just start doing. I'm making about 60, 63 a year right now.
Well, you also have to know how to monetize. And so what you're doing right now is that you have a community of people that are looking for non-copyright music. So what if you got paid $5 and sell the rights to your music?
Everybody's got a price, dude. Mine is low.
$5. I feel like some of the streamers in our community might do that.
Wait, what we selling for $5?
The rights to your music.
Oh yeah, dude. Whenever I finish my little album that I'm gonna put out, I'm whoever's subbed gets it for free. I'm gonna let them have it, dude. Yeah. No, don't do that. I know.
You're missing the point. That's separate. You're missing the point, dude. Yeah.
Well, they can if I sell the rights for $5.
Right. That's not
So
much.
it's
And
not
then they can use it as much as they want. They
right.
put in their YouTube videos. That's free advertisement, and they come back to you. More people. You could even do a $5 and a stigma saying, "Hey, in the description it says music by Tyler REuNighting or Sweet IJ."
Well, I'll probably put a voice in there that says DJ Pussy Wetter.
Exactly. Right.
I'm just kidding. I won't say that, but
yeah, like that. That's kind of like thinking that you have to start to do. If you're trying to get more business, we have an audience right now. We do. It's a small audience and very well appreciated, but we do have an audience, and we have aspiring streamers, and that's what our community is about. Is like promoting streamers.
Yeah.
And you are a music creator. You should be our non-copyright or not non-copyright our copyright
That was my goal, honestly, is
yeah.
I'm gonna make an album and then I can play this shit without having to worry about copyright infringements because I'm the one that made it.
And sell it to everybody else inside.
And sell it. Yeah.
The only requirement is they have to be a member of SWEETFLEX.
Audit said, let your viewers promote your shit online as well. It's a great idea. Sponge specifically told me that one of my songs, I think a quote, is a banger. He likes one of them a lot.
Good.
It's pretty fucking good. I like it a lot too. I listen to it sometimes. You ever like just do something you're like, I'm gonna check my own shit out kind of thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. I listen to my own songs sometimes. I'm like, God damn, that's a good song.
I watch my videos sometimes.
Yeah.
I like the videos I produce. I do. Sometimes when I watch a video, I'm like, that wasn't that great. But sometimes I make one and I'm proud of it.
Yeah.
I am. I'm really proud of it. And I'm just like, that's nice. I don't understand why that has 0 views.
It's at this point we're so fresh. What's the term? We're spring chickens.
Every YouTube video.
So exposure is a big thing for us. Right now we just don't have a lot of exposure.
Every YouTube we create is investment.
Audit. I just seen yesterday that you was on TikTok, dude. And I did not get on it. I haven't been on TikTok in a while, but I was curious if you threw some of your bitching fucking Rocket League clips on there.
For sure. Hey, throw as many TikTok videos on the Discord as possible. Show the fuck off, dude.
When I seen, because it said it pops up on, like I get these notifications for TikTok that says like someone you may know is on TikTok, and Audit popped up. Someone you may know said Audit. I was like, and I was at work at the time, which is why I didn't click into it. But my literally my first thought was like, that motherfucker's gonna have some dirty ass Rocket League clips on that bitch. That whole slick son of a bitch.
Yeah. By the way, guys, so we're not touching the Monopoly board. The girls went to sleep. We went for a beer run. We came back to them just fucking cocktail.
Go on.
Yep. So we're gonna continue it tomorrow. Like midday. So expect that. So we're gonna wake up probably around like, I don't know. It's 3:57 right now. Shit. We're probably gonna wake up.
Dude, it's 5 o'clock. Yeah.
10:04. We're probably going to wake up around 3:57.
Lunch at best.
So we're gonna stream the rest of the Napoli game later tomorrow.
Sponge, if I come pick you up, how we get you back?
That's a good point.
Because I don't mind coming to pick you up, but do I also got to take you back?
It's wild. I'm not used to no Uber.
That is wild. It was already taken.
Huh.
Depends on the time. Well, you tell me what's the time mean? I know your ass ain't in school because they're out now. But I don't know if you got work and stuff. I don't know what you got going on. I'm off the entire next week. I'm super excited about that. I'm gonna jerk off so much.
Whoa.
What?
All right.
Well, I just mean, like, masturbate.
I know what you meant.
Okay.
All right. So that is all the time that we have tonight. Y'all have a great night. I hope that you don't hear that seared into your brains for the rest of your life. And would you like to say anything else?
No.
Incriminating?
Before nope. Nope. Other than Sponge, we'll try to figure something out, dude.